Yo, what up, what up, what up? Y'all know what it is. Welcome back. It's your boys. You feel me? J.A.L. Boogie, G Money, your boy, the people's rapper, Jon Connor. We back, make some
Yo,
motherfucking
let's
noise.
go. What
Connor
up? What
Yo,
Culture
up? What up?
Podcast, you dig? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. How
Okay.
y'all doing, fellas? How's everybody?
hey, my
Good.
nigga, we
Chilling, man.
back.
My nigga, we back. Let's
My nigga,
go.
we
Chilling.
back.
Another episode. We ain't got canceled yet.
Yeah.
Sir.
To quote Jon Connor, this rapper I know.
Hey, straight up, we back. And yet to everybody that watching, man, like, yo, so I'm gonna put, I believe in full transparency. So we're gonna get back to the consistency. This is my fault because I've been on a new sleep schedule. I've been waking up at like 5:45. So I'll be sleepy now like an old man at like 7 o'clock in the evening. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like now we worked out a new schedule to bring y'all new episodes of the Counterculture podcast. So we back and it feel good to be back, man.
But listen, man. In addition to that, man, we 40 plus now. Like, welcome to the club, sir.
uh,
So, and you've been grinding too, man. Like, I know you've always been like real prolific and just putting out a lot of material. But you, in addition to having a podcast, obviously you also still an active recording artist. You dropping a new song every single Friday. I think you're on your third album that you have put out this year so far, right?
Yep.
Like if I remember. So we got Food for the Soul, we got Twin Flames, and then we got 24.
Yep.
And doing
Yep.
shows, right? Like,
Yes,
been performing on top of that, killing the stages. Like,
thank you,
and you
man.
probably got some other projects too as well that we just haven't got around to talking about, I imagine. So
Man, thank you for saying that. Cause yes, bruh, I've been on go, man. Like for real. Like I really have. So thank you for bringing all those things. They got a new project dropping in September.
see,
I'm,
we ain't even got to
I'm,
that one yet.
like,
I'm writing a book. I'm writing a book right now. That kind of goes in depth about like just a lot of these stories that I got and how they affected my life. So I'm writing a book right now, and I'm still thinking of what I'm gonna call it, but I've definitely started the beginning process of it. Then I got my pro wrestling podcast I do, Culture Mania.
Okay.
So man, it's just been it's been a lot, man. Just trying to keep my foot on the gas, man.
yes, sir.
Yeah. I saw the Culture Mania joint. So the Culture Mania is more like that's your wrestling background because a lot of I don't know how many of your rap fans know how much of like a wrestling aficionado that you really are.
Yeah. You know what? I actually I'm almost done with watching DMC of Run DMC's Drink Champs, right? And
Okay.
he was talking about how comic books inspired him and how he looked at the character DMC, like almost like how Daryl was Bruce Wayne and DMC is Batman. You know what I'm saying? And it's like why for me it was kind of the same way with comic books and pro wrestling. I kind of looked at how, pro wrestlers would have their real life persona, but then they would become these larger than life characters. You know what I'm saying? And I always kind of looked at Jan Freeman and Jon Connor as like that. You know what I mean? So I've been a pro wrestling fan since before I can remember, man. Like, so it's just cool to be able to have a platform to talk about the shit now, man.
So real quick before we get into the actual subject for the day for Counterculture Podcast, which wrestler would you say parallels between Jan Freeman and Jon Connor? Who is that wrestler?
Oh man, damn.
I'm thinking you already asked this question on Culture Media before. They ain't asked this one.
Nah. He never asked it. So what
We
pro
might have to talk
wrestler?
to the host, man.
Shout out to my man Don. Shout out to my man Donovan. You know what? We might have to do some cross promotion. We might have to have Donovan on the Counterculture podcast, and we might have to
Yeah,
have all of us on Culture Mania one day.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Word,
I love
word.
it.
Yeah,
I love
it'll
it.
be
I love
just
it.
some fun shit to do.
Yeah.
But
Dope.
what wrestler would I say like? So what's the question specifically again?
So like between like Jan Freeman to Jon Connor, like who is that wrestler that you sort of identify with?
Man, I would say it's so many of them. Man, I was a big Jake the Snake Roberts fan.
Come on, that was
I
my guy.
was, I was a big Man, I was of course The Rock. Like, but I'm talking like you got to be specific. You got to be specific with some of these wrestlers though, of like what time period. So
Right.
for me, 1997, 98 Rock is who I identify with. Stone Cold, 1996 Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Come on.
The Hollywood Blondes, which was Brian Pillman and Stone Cold Steve Austin when they was in WCW. Who else did I identify with? That I was a big Honky Tonk Man fan. That's real old school.
Forgot about Honky Tonk Man.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
he was the one that was like Elvis, right? Like
He
he
was
had the
like
guitar.
Elvis.
He was
I remember Honky Tonk
I
Man.
was a big Honky Tonk Man fan, dog. I just thought his interviews was so entertaining and like he committed fully to the character, dog.
Yes.
But man, Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich, Dusty Rhodes. It was some just for the wrestling nerds that might be seeing this little piece. It was a wrestler named Dan Spivey. He played a character called Waylon Mercy. That was real dope. Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, Psycho Sid. I loved Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage. Man, it's too many to name. But yeah, I'm a wrestling nerd to the court, man.
Okay.
You know what? Quick sidebar. Did Kid Vicious get his name from Sid Vicious? I know Kid is your people.
I'ma ask him. I never asked him that before.
I just thought about that. Like, cause when at first you said it, I thought you said Kid Vicious name, and I was like, Kid Vicious used to wrestle, and I was like, oh, Sid.
You know what, bro? See, bro. While we be talking, we might have to have Vish on the show just to have him share like road stories and shit. Like,
oh, that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit him up.
Hit him up for sure. Man, yeah. I don't know most of them wrestlers. My wrestling days was probably 80s and mostly 80s, like Junkyard Dog and Mr. T. Maybe, a little bit of Hulk Hogan, but like, we ain't got to get all political, but I quit messing with Hulk Hogan once he started the
once he said he didn't like niggas.
He said that. It was basically, I guess his daughter was dating a black guy, and he was mad about it. He said if she gonna date a nigga, then date $100 million nigga. Not just any nigga. You know what I'm saying? But using the word nigga.
Daughter the same day.
This might. Hey, yo, what you just say, G Money?
Listen, I am an ignorant individual, man.
No, say it again.
I said I probably would tell my daughter the same thing.
See, I was just gonna say that though.
But he said it it's different to me. If you said it, you said it. He's talking about just money. He's saying it in a more of a racial way, especially being white and using the word nigga at the time. Right. So it's a little different connotation.
Exactly. I was being silly, but that was funny as hell because I was thinking the same thing. Like, shit, I'm gonna tell my daughter the same shit. Like
come on, like for real. But yeah, but rest in peace for those who feel to say rest in peace, because obviously still
to the Hulkster, man. You know what's ill about the whole Hulk Hogan thing, man?
What's that?
And I don't know. We just live in weird times, but it's just like damn, because I don't want to diminish the fact that he said some fucked up shit, but it's like my experiences watching Hulk Hogan on TV are what they are. Like that happened in real life.
For sure.
It's like so it's like, how do you turn off 40 years of feeling a certain type of way about a character, not him? I don't know Terry Bollea. That's like you know what fucked me up? Like when Kramer said the racist shit that he said when all of that went down. It was like because I'm a big Seinfeld fan, but anyway, it's just difficult sometimes because it's like all of us have, like, it might be some shit people find out about me, maybe in a relationship I was in, or maybe like just an interaction I had, and it's like, damn, so now it's like, do you not fuck with my music because I had an interaction that was fucked up? But not taking away at all that he said some wild ass racist shit, but it's just a difficult, I don't know, it's just a weird situation.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. That's he was all. I think a lot of us. He was a childhood like hero, to us.
Yeah.
So how do you separate them things? It ain't always that easy.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just being honest. It's just being truthful. With yourself. Like, man, like I really appreciate the character. Like, what he was able to imagine for himself that eventually became like a part of our childhood memories. Like the honest part is just saying, but I was also disappointed. Like I was let down. Right. I was angry, right? To learn that, he would just so freely call black people, like this racial, term that got like a lot of pain and history that's associated with it. I mean, people are people. Like sometimes, I don't know, we tend to forget that, especially when we only see them through these little screens of ours, and then we project some kind of deity, image or whatever, as if they're, perfect. Like we have to almost assume that everyone is human, like at some point, and that people is flawed, and and it just seems like now we have so much more access to as well that at some point, man, whoever it is that you deify and you put up there, they probably gonna let you down at some point. So you just got to decide, like, how you go deal with that. Some people can still enjoy the art and be entertained by it, and other people they completely turned off. And both responses to me is okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
So
I know we went all the way. We became a different podcast for a second.
right.
Well, watching it like, what's today's topic?
I think once we took that deep dive into wrestling, we just went left.
Oh man, but we shoot the shit. We make the rules. Connor Culture Podcast, man. We make our own rules. We talk about whatever. What is the topic for today, fella?
Okay, all right. So look, last time we had spoke about. So it wasn't the dinner with JayZ that we was actually talking about. It was a different subject that we were actually on. We was talking about the XXL.
XXL cover.
That's what it was. Yep.
And then, like, at a certain point, you was thinking, like, man, like, it was so much that was happening during that XXL cover. You was like, man, I had dinner with JayZ. And we was all like, wait, what? It's like, and then I think it was another dinner, too. I don't want to skip over there because I think it was with Mary J. Blige that you had spoken about, like, too, as well. And then you was like, man, I could just talk about that dinner, like that dinner with JayZ. And remember, on the internet, there used to be this have dinner with JayZ or $500,000. Which one would you take? Right. A dinner with JayZ or $500,000. And even Jay, when they asked him the question, he was like, listen, just take the money. I mean, that only makes sense. But I think you actually said on the last podcast, you was like, shit, I got both. Right. I got the bread and the dinner.
Yeah, man. Because the situation I was in, I was getting money. And then, the dinner, I got invited to the dinner for the free. You know what I'm saying? So it was amazing, like, to not just be able to have dinner with JayZ, but have dinner with three of probably the most influential minds in modern music, in JayZ, Jimmy Iovine, and Dr. Dre. So I remember I used to have conversations with the homies like, I wonder what they talk about. I wonder what a conversation with Dre and JayZ is like. I wonder what a conversation, and I was privy to it, and I was able to sit there and be at that conversation, which was a blessing. And I'm a firm believer that like energy attracts like energy, and so it's like it let me know, like, sitting at that table, like whatever it is that they have in them, it confirmed that thing is also in me, as far as decision making, as far as my thought process, as far as how I interact with people and watching them interact with each other. And it was just like, oh shit, it gave me confirmation that that I've been on the right track with how I handle my business and how I interact with people.
Okay, so let's go back into that dinner and that time. So on Connor Culture Podcast, we like to do your career and your life sort of based on like time frames, right? So what year are we talking first and foremost when this dinner happened? And then if you could actually, like, if you remember, like, what city were you in? Where was the dinner? If you remember, like, you know, it was like a certain kind of restaurant or whatever the case. Kind of, you know, set that up for us a little bit. Set the scene.
So I'm thinking, because it was for the freshman cover shoot. So this is maybe late 2013, early 2014, and I definitely remember where we was at. We was in New York City. Because I just remember, like I say, just the procession of black SUVs we was a part of, like rolling through New York City and feeling like a fucking boss, like looking out the window, like, damn, this is crazy as shit.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, it was New York City. I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but it was some fly shit. I remember it was like, you know, it was different stories to the restaurant, and I can just remember when we walked in, it was just like, you know, I know Jimmy and JayZ and Dre are used to that because they've been in the public eye for so long. But I, as a fly on the wall, was looking how everybody heads was turning. It was like soon as we walked in, as we walked by every table, like I say, they wasn't paying this shit no attention, but I noticed it. I noticed how everybody just, like, motherfuckers is eating and looking up, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a wave. You know what? Like, I think I might have talked about it on prior episodes, but how I've coined the phrase the human factor, right? And how some artists and entertainers, when they step in the room, they have a presence. Like, you could just feel their presence. Like some people's presence that I've been around, where they energy just fill up the room. Like, to me, Nas is like that. Every time I've ever been around Nas, it's like, you don't even gotta know. You don't even see where he at. You can just feel that he in the room. Like, know what I'm saying? So, like, when you got this fucking cyclone of energy that is Dr. Dre, JayZ, and Jimmy Iovine, it was like you could just feel like the tidal wave of energy, like, you know, as we were walking to our seats or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you first walked in there, Jan, I mean, you saw Jay, you saw Dre sitting there. Like, what was going through your mind at the time when, I mean, of course, you rolled with Dre in the procession. They're running red lights and everything. What was going through your mind when you sat at the table, but like the first time, just sitting down? Like, what was you thinking about?
So for one, I mentioned it on the Double XL episode. So JayZ wasn't there when I got there. You feel me? Like, it was you know, me, Dre's ex-wife Nicole, Dre, his assistant Ashley, and Jimmy, and his lady. And so my back was to, like, wherever the entrance was. And so as I'm sitting there, just to rehash what I said, like, and because there were empty seats, I'm thinking that JayZ about to show up at this dinner with Beyonce. And what was going through my mind is I might piss on my motherfucking self.
I was like, Beyonce walking this boy, like, what is going on here?
Yeah, like, that's just about to be overload. Like, that's gonna be too much, because at the time, you know, at that time, I'm settling into my notoriety. You know what I'm saying? I'm settling into the idea that I'm not just this underground dude no more. I'm now the dude that's next to these, like, you know, A-list type artists. But at that particular point in time, yes, I still needed to fucking, you know, go smack myself if JayZ, Beyonce, Dr. Dre, and Jimmy Iovine was gonna all be at one table. That was just about to be overload. And so I was just sitting there, just getting my mind right, man. Trying not to flip the fuck out, trying not to look nervous. And by trying not to look nervous was probably looking nervous as shit.
That's how it works. Yep.
Yeah, it's like when you, like Craig on Friday when he like, do I look high? Like, yeah, nigga, you look high.
Yeah, you look nervous.
Right? Do I look nervous? Yeah, you look nervous. You wouldn't have to ask the question if you didn't, you know.
What's crazy actually about that part? Like one of the first times I smoked weed, I actually asked that question. So,
Do I look
high? My boy started cracking up, man. They was like, "Hey, don't let him leave the house for about an hour."
Hey, yeah, dog. That's the telltale sign. A smoker once told me that when somebody acknowledges that they're high, that means you high as fuck.
Right.
Like when you know what I'm saying? Like if you say like, yo, bruh, I think I'm high as fuck, that means you're really fucking high and you probably need to go lay down, dog.
Absolutely.
Man. So okay, so you having dinner with JayZ and Dr. Dre. Do they come to the table? I know you probably can't talk about everything they talked about, but do they come to the table and they immediately start talking business, music, or is it just like they just life shooting the shit, you know?
Damn, you taking me back, and I do remember. It was light vibes. It was all love. It was the vibes of just two friends that been wanting to catch up for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, soon as JayZ came in, ain't the good doctor. It was that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I'm hearing, Dre, yo, what up, nigga? What up, Jay? You good? You know what I'm saying? And I can remember the first like couple minutes, man. So this was some funny shit. I could talk about this. I think the first like 20 minutes of the conversation was them discussing how finding good bodyguards and nannies was difficult because it was, and this is like
rich nigga shit.
Yeah,
right?
rich nigga shit.
Some rich nigga shit.
Yeah, rich nigga shit, man. I was sitting there and the conversation was, just stories about how the fucking bodyguard was trying to take pictures on the low and sell them, and then hearing Dre be like, "Nigga, you too?" I remember I had a nigga do that, and I'm like, "Damn, these are like really rich nigga problems."
Right.
When you have security, like it's a thing that the security guard is sneaking pictures and selling them on the internet, like. It was like the way that they were vibing about these issues was like, wow, this is really their life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it humanized the whole celebrity of it all. Like, and I remember the conversation was, I think maybe I want to say the conversation was about Jay and Beyonce's first daughter. And I remember them just laughing and joking about, I remember Jay like joking about how he was like, yo, she doesn't care about me at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when a mom comes in the room, it's like, mommy. When I come in the room, it's like, oh, this motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, and I remember Dre's response. And when I first met Dre, one thing he said to me, he was like, yeah, nigga, I'm not a producer, I'm not a rapper, nigga. I'm a winner and part-time comedian, nigga. Like, so that's what he said to me. And I kid you not, I always fucked with bro's sense of humor. Because in that moment, like, you know what I'm saying? I remember Dre being like, because Hov was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just want like love, like for my daughter. I'm like, yo, I played a part in this too, you know what I'm saying? And then Jay was like, yeah, nigga, wait till she hit her teens. That shit gonna go away quick, nigga. Like he was like,
damn.
He was like, yeah, nigga, yeah. Hold on to them feelings now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because when you turn 15, you be like, I can't wait till this motherfucker get out the house. So it was just funny. It was just funny as shit just to see these icons of hip hop have the same conversations that you or I or any of us would talk about as far as children and growing pains and just hearing, like I say, man, I grew up, I'm not gonna front, man. I grew up a big JayZ fan. Still think that JayZ is in my top 5 to this day. So it's like hearing JayZ be Sean the father, hearing him be Jay the man, the human, just hearing like it's like this ain't a fucking rap record. This is just how he feels about his life. And I'm watching, like I'm seeing one of my hip hop heroes be vulnerable, talking about how much he love his daughter, how much he love his wife. Like this is the shit that I'm seeing in real life. Like motherfuckers, like, I don't know. It's just my perspective on a lot of things in life be different because I've interacted with like a lot of people that we came up idolizing and looking up to. But it's like I got a chance to see the real JayZ, not the persona. Because another thing too about me being able to meet people because I was around Dre is like a lot of people be having like, and the first time I met JayZ, that nigga played me or whatever, right? Like that, right?
Right.
Well, my situation was different because I was always around Dre. So it was like whoever Dre brought me around, I got a pass because I was with him. So it's like Dr. Dre's celebrity cancels out any fucked up acting, funny acting, crazy shit. So it's like I'm meeting the real person every time. When I'm meeting Eminem, I'm reading the real Eminem. I'm meeting the real JayZ, like not the persona. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's because I'm with dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's like meeting people with him. It's like I don't have a lot of these. Like, I don't have a fucked up JayZ story. I have a beautiful JayZ story about him loving his wife and him loving his daughter and feeling like he want to be the best father he could be, and hearing him go through fatherhood for the first time, and talking about nannies and how he want to make sure his daughter is protected. Like, you know, I got a chance to see like Jon Connor, the man, like talk to Andre Young, the man, like just two homeboys who just happen to be fucking icons, like talking about the shit that you and I would talk about.
Do you remember like the first thing Jay actually said to you, like, you know, like the first conversation where it was directed directly towards you and it wasn't just like him kind of catching up with Dre?
Yes, I do, dog, bruh. Cause I was hoping, I was praying that the attention never went all on me. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm thinking to myself, just keeping it real. I'm like, I'm an upcoming artist. I'm very self-aware. I know that at that time, I have so much more to learn. I'm a sponge. I love listening. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I love listening more than I love talking. You probably can't tell from this podcast, but I do. I love listening more than I love talking.
But this is your podcast. You're required to talk on this one.
Yeah, yeah. So like, man, so I do remember because I can remember thinking, I hope at no point this whole table gets directed at me. But man, so I'll never forget it. Fucking Jimmy Iovine was like, so Jay, that's Jon. He's got a lot of good music. He's fucking good. He's amazing. You'll like him. And I remember JayZ going, yeah, I was gonna get to that. And then I'm like, oh boy.
Jay was like, yeah, you just ain't about to be at my table and not say nothing.
You ain't just about to announce yourself, little nigga. Like, yo, like, for real.
And don't he got a verse about little niggas too? I'm like, you little nigga.
It was like, dog, you know what I'm saying? Acknowledge, you know what I'm saying? Who are you? It was the same shit like when I told you when we was at the dinner with Mary J. Blige, where she was like, I was gonna ask who was this sitting at our table. Like, you know what I'm saying? So Jay was talking to he was actually being very, you know, courteous and talking to everybody at the table. So when Jimmy said that to him, Jay was kind of talking to Ashley, Dre's assistant, and that's why Jay said, yeah, I was gonna get to that. So then I just remember the moment of truth came. This nigga, look, I'll turn to the side because I'm sitting on his side. He look at me. Like, let me make sure I'm in the camera.
Yeah.
So he look at me. He like, so what's your name, man? And I was like, Jon Connor. Jon Connor, Mr. JayZ, Hove, Jigga, sir.
Please don't tell me you added all of that to it.
You said it like that? No, you didn't say it like that.
No, of course not. I felt like I did, though. I felt like I did. So then he like, so he was like, so where you from? I was like, Flint, Michigan.
Yes, sir.
Flint. He was like, Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan. He said, you know, Dr. Dre is like really good as like what he do. And I was like, yeah. He was like, you know, like, you don't have to fuck with you, right? And I was like, yes.
Like,
I'm
damn,
taking this.
like, damn,
Yo,
like,
as I'm replaying this shit, it was just like, because my demeanor when I'm around any elder, when I'm around any person that you know, that is the way I am. It's like I'm gonna take in whatever information that you giving me. So to me, anything, dog. I've been listening to JayZ give game through music. This is
Right.
this nigga giving looking at me, Jan Freeman, in my eyes, like this is what JayZ would like to say to you, like you know what I'm saying in this moment. So I'm just soaking it in. He like, you know, Dre, like you know, you don't have to, you don't have to fuck with you. You know that must mean that's mean you got something. And I was like, I said, I appreciate that. And I kind of like looked at Dre, and Dre was giving Dre was giving me the like, you ever like, it's like a situation where like it's a parent teacher conference, and the
Like,
teacher is telling the kid
don't
something.
embarrass me.
Yeah.
Don't embarrass me.
And the parent is looking at the kid like, is you listening to what the fuck this nigga?
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of look at Dre, and Dre kind of giving me that look, just like stone face, like, just like looking at me like, listen to what this nigga saying to you.
Yeah.
So then I remember, and then Ho was like, he was like, so no matter what you do, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? He was like, just whatever decisions you make, whatever you do, it's on you. He was like, 'cause at the end of the day in life, you know what I'm saying? Only you could win or fuck it up. And then that was it. That was the first thing. It's on you. Only you in your life can win or fuck it up.
Come on.
So was that the only thing that he said to you, or was there more conversations? Did he like give you like more game, more advice? Like, did he?
So we got to keep in mind, like like I said, this the dinner wasn't about me, and I'm still just a fly on the wall. So he like I said, he was being, he was just being courteous to everybody at the table and making sure he spoke to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so after that, him and Dre went back to talk. Dre and Jimmy went back to talking business. I believe at the time they were planning JayZ was planning the like Made in America festival in Philly. And so that was like the, pretty much the topic of conversation, talking about Apple and Tidal and all of those things. And I'm just being able to soak in and soak up just game and watching the interactions and watching, how to disagree in a healthy way. How to agree in a healthy way, how to communicate, like getting your point across without, like, that's the thing. Like, I remember seeing an interview one time where Kanye said, when they asked him when Rockefeller broke up, why did he, end up going with JayZ? And I remember Kanye said, I don't have what Jay has. He said, show him how to move in a room full of vultures. He said, I don't have that. He said, me and Dame Dash are the same. He said, we have the same thing. We have this abrasive way of communicating that kind of is off-putting to people. He said, but JayZ knows how to like get his point across without offending people. And I was able to see that in action. I was able to see like, oh, because I always look at it like, rapping and your talent will get you in certain rooms, but how you are as a person is what will keep you there. So when I'm looking at JayZ, it's like, not only is he like one of the greatest rappers of all time, I'm looking at he knows how to play this part of the game as well, which is his human factor is palatable to you can put him in any situation and it's not going to be awkward. He knows how to maneuver in any situation. It could have been a table full of women. He gonna know how to act. It could have been a table full of Asian people. He's gonna know what to say. It could be a table full of black people, white people, who knows? But it just was like, from the interactions that I saw, it's like he knows how to exist in any scenario.
What do you say? I sell. What do you say? I'll sell ice in the winter. I'll sell fire in hell. I'm a hustler, baby. I sell water to a well. Like
that's a fact.
Like wherever I go, I'm gonna find some way to like bring some value and get some value out of any situation.
Straight up. And when I looked at that, you know, like I say, I was looking at everybody at the table and critiquing myself as a human and thinking to myself, what are the things that I already do that I'm seeing they do as far as communication and networking, and what are the things that I need to work on? And so I learned a lot by watching them interact with each other.
Fire.
Okay, so you learned a lot, right? Okay, here we gotta get to the $1 million or the $500,000 question, right?
Yeah.
So people always debate, right? Or they was debating at one point about taking $500K versus dinner with Hov, right? Mm-hmm. After actually breaking bread with Hov, do you think there's knowledge there that you gained that is worth the money or more than the money? Or how would you characterize that whole debate?
Well, for one, I think you said, was there knowledge there that I think was more valuable than taking the bread?
Yes.
I think that this is the important thing. I was ready to receive the wisdom. A lot of people could sit down and at that same table, but if they're not mentally ready, if JayZ and Dr. Dre is sitting there with all of these gems ready to give them to you, and the only thing on your mind is, hey man, so when y'all made The Watcher Part 2, what was it like in the studio? When y'all went in the studio, hey Dre, man, what was it like, dog, when you made The Chronic, man? Hey JayZ, what was it like when you... This nigga's not ready to receive the fucking gem, so he might as well take the 100,000, because bro, anything that they say to you is gonna fall on deaf ears and it's not even gonna fucking matter.
Right.
So a lot of people, I think, with that dinner with JayZ or take 500,000 or whatever the case, I think for one, you need to be ready to receive the wisdom. It's like, what are you going to the fucking dinner to gain? It's like, are you ready to listen? Or is your mind still so caught up in, is your mind stuck on a certain level of perception that no matter what JayZ say to you, you're going to be stuck on whatever you were stuck on before y'all ever even sat down at the table. So I think that you have to be ready for those conversations. And I think that it's just like I tell people, like, if you win the lottery and you win $1 million, most people that win the lottery and win $1 million, they be broke like within a year again.
Yes,
because it's the work to get the $1 million that teaches you how to sustain it. You don't value it because you just got it just like that. Now, somebody that worked for the $1 million is able to sustain it because they remember each step of the way what they did to get it. The person that just wins the fucking lottery, they don't know to get financial advisors. They don't know fucking to get accountants. They don't know how to like put this money in and invest it. They don't know nothing. They just got it. So it's like, that's what I feel like about those conversations. I feel like I was at that table because I had done everything in my life that was necessary for me, for God to feel like I was going to receive the information properly in that conversation. I had graduated past the point of, oh my God, it's JayZ, man. I want to ask this nigga, what was it like when him and Kanye made H to the Izzo? Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't at that place no more. I was at a place where I want to understand the human. I want to understand, okay, what is it about Sean Carter that gets him these deals that he's getting? What is it about his demeanor? What is it about the way that he talks to people? What is it about Dr. Dre? What is it about who these people are as people that get them into these situations? Because listen, to everybody watching this, it's not the fucking music. Like, the music gets people attention, but the music, like, okay, the music gonna get you there, but if you're a fucked up person, you gonna talk yourself right back out of that room. So all of the time that you put it in on the music and the craft, it ain't gonna mean nothing if your character and your spirit as a person is fucked up, because those people that could give you the opportunities, they're not gonna want you there. So the thing is, for me, it's like, damn, what is $1 billion what is $1 billion character traits? Like what keeps you what is the character traits that keeps you at $1 billion table? What are the personality traits that keeps you in $1 billion conversation? That's what I'm sitting there thinking to myself. And so I didn't need to say nothing, didn't want to say nothing, because it's like, okay, I need to be taking my notes. So I think when it comes to I think most people should take the 100,000, because I think that on whatever level of life that they're on, maybe that might help them more, because JayZ might say some shit that's over your head that you not gonna get anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you gonna lead you see, if it's motherfuckers that's gonna lead a conversation like, man, I thought this nigga was gonna tell me how to get you know what I'm saying? I thought this nigga was gonna tell me where the bread was, cuz this nigga ain't telling me shit. And he probably didn't told you like the realest shit in the world. He probably said some shit to you like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know, he probably gonna drop a gem on you so cold. But if you not ready for it, you're gonna leave the dinner feeling like you got cheated. So I say, start off with your $100,000. Go invest it. Take your bumps and bruises, and then pray that at some point your quality and your character of the person you are will attract JayZ into your life, so that y'all can have a conversation that's necessary for y'all to have, so that you can receive it at the level that you're at in life. Don't waste the conversation having it prematurely. Take the 100,000, let that be your foundation to build towards becoming a fucking billionaire. And by the time you talk to JayZ on your road to $1 billion, he'll be able to drop some gems on you to where you'll receive it. And now you got both, and they both worked out for you.
And Jay actually answered this question too as well. So he answered it. I think it was with Gail King. And he said the same thing. He was like, take the money, because like everything that I would ever tell you about how to make money, keep money, get rich, hustle, he's like, it's already in the music. So you could just go and listen to the music and you already got all that information. So ain't no point in like taking a dinner with me, like just go get the money. But I do want to ask, because you did mention something about like $1 billion like characteristics, and I want to know, like, was there anything specific, like any specific maybe advice or just, you know, information or observations that you had while you was there that informed sort of like, you know, these $1 billion or billionaire, like, you know, characteristics for you?
Yes, it is. The most distinct $1 billion characteristic to me is be unapologetically yourself. Learn how to be comfortable in your own skin. Express yourself. Learn how to express yourself. Even the things, like I said, when you disagree with somebody, learn how to disagree in a healthy way, so that it creates more. Yeah, so that it creates more dialogue, so that y'all can ultimately come to a point where y'all can come to an agreement, because everybody not going to agree on everything. But a lot of the people that we came up like admiring, or like we got super duper respect for, the thing that I love, like I say, like for me, like being in this music game, and the fact that I get to be around a lot of cool people, is I love that the people that we love the most, that's who they are all the time. Like, and I remember like when I first started understanding that there's never a situation where I ever saw Dr. Dre switched up. You feel me? Like the same guy that I was in the studio with, and if he don't like something, he'll be like, yeah, I ain't really fucking with bars 4 through 8. Like, I don't really fuck with them. You feel me? That's the same guy that was at the table with JayZ, like, yeah, I don't know if I really fuck with that. You know what I'm saying, Jay? I don't know if I really fuck with it. And then JayZ's response is something like, I mean, you know, man, it was, yo, I'll give you a perfect example, because y'all got me talking about it and I'm remembering points of the conversation.
All right.
Perfect example of Dr. Dre being Dr. Dre and JayZ being JayZ, and neither one of these niggas changed up, and they healthily know how to just be themselves. So fucking I think they were talking about like who could headline if they did Made in America, and this is years ago. This is like I say 2013, 2014. If it was in California, and JayZ was like, I mean, you know, I mean, I do I do consider myself friends with one of the like illest niggas from the coast. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like you know what I'm saying, Dre. I mean, damn, like you can't throw a nigga a bone. God damn, like and then Dre's response was, "So that's what the fuck this is, nigga. That's what the fuck this about, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? I mean, what the fuck? That's what we doing. That's what the fuck we doing." And it was like, that's the same guy that's in the studio. That's the same nigga from fucking. I'm like, it's like there's no like you know, when they call it what, posturing, like when they're posturing in their conversation, neither person leaves out of being who they are. And that's what I learned. And that's something that, because I think I'm a, just as a person, I was a natural born people pleaser. It's like I would kind of alter, like dependent, not changing who I am, but it's like there would be times where I would be in certain rooms. This is prior to being signed and the deal, all that shit, where it was like I'd be quiet in certain situations where I really had something to say, but I would think like, maybe I ain't qualified to say something, or maybe my opinion ain't valid, or maybe, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, stay true to yourself. Figure out how to be you on a level of comfortability that you can express yourself to where everybody respects your thoughts, your perspective, and your opinion, because that's what I saw of billion-dollar communication, where it's like, if I don't like it, I'm gonna say I don't like it. If I like it, I'm gonna say that I like it. And also just not taking yourself too seriously, and not taking what we here to talk about too seriously. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at that table, it's like we all know what we here to talk about, but ain't no sense in it being tense. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about money. We gonna talk about this. We gonna talk about that. But how's your kids? You all right? You know what I'm saying? How's life? I just seen you did some fly shit the other day. That shit was dope. I saw that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just about being in a lane of comfortability, and I would say just staying yourself, being comfortable being yourself.
Okay. Now I know you can't get into like too many like conversations and go in depth about what they were talking about per se, but were there any like, before I get into this question, man, yeah, I know your impersonations, man, are like on point, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh man, I can see Jay at the table, I can see Dre at the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, they on point. But were there any like behind the scenes, like any hip hop talk at the table that they shared with you or stuck with you? They talk about the industry in a kind of way, or any stories that you might want to share? Like, they talk about hip hop or hip hop.
This was straight multi-billion-dollar.
Let's get to the bag. Let's get to
the bag. We talking about, you know, putting festivals together. We talking about Apple and Tidal and how streaming the landscape.
So you was there when Apple and Tidal was at like 2013, 2014, when that was like about to drop.
Yeah, I believe so. I can't remember if Tidal was out yet, but I know that was like, you know, that was mentioned. Like, just those were the conversations. You know, I think, you know, them dudes are like now, you know, the overseers of just where hip hop goes now, as far as taking it to, you know, the next level and the next level. So, you know, at a table like that, you know, they ain't talking about who the dopest and who got dope music. They looking at how do we make and create platforms for the dopest to be seen? How do we, you know what I'm saying? What do we do next for the next Dr. Dre's and JayZ's of the world? How do we make the pathway, you know, easier for them, and how do we make it more lucrative for them? Like, that's, you know, those type of conversations, you know.
Okay.
So the interaction with you, I mean, you say, was there more interaction beyond just that first intro? And if so, was it more like a mentoring type interaction, or it was just, you know, kicking it, or they just trying to size you up?
Yeah. I think, like I say, trust me, I was the I was the least important thing at that table at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely aware. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that stands out to me, like I said in the Double XL freshman episode, was that when everybody was leaving, like, you know what I'm saying, like when I dapped JayZ up, it was a moment of shaking everybody's hand, and it was hi, and then he held on to my hand and he looked me in the eyes and he said, you. And I said, nice to meet you, man. He said, yeah, you too, man. I see you around. Don't know. It was like a riddle. It was like a time bomb, y'all. That's left in my. What the fuck did JayZ mean by you? Like, what does it mean? It's like, y'all ever seen Jim Carrey in the number 20? There's a movie called The Number 23 where this motherfucker becomes obsessed with the number 23, or even better, it's a movie called MacGruber where this motherfucker wrote down a license plate and he became so obsessed with the license plate number, this nigga started writing it all over his house, all over the wall. That's how that was with JayZ. What did JayZ mean by you? What does it mean? Was it a metaphor? Was that nigga giving me was this nigga giving me a bar? Was it over my head? The fuck? Like, you know what I mean? But I kid and just, but it was like, it was a moment, and I personally, from that interaction, like I say, he probably don't even remember this shit, but for me, I took it in a certain way. Like when that happened, where it was like, I think that's why I'll always continue to just go hard, and I'll just take every obstacle as a lesson, because for whatever reason that moment did happen, and who knows what it meant to him, but I know for me it was like, okay, me and this cat JayZ just shared this moment of him looking at me like he sees something, like, you know what I'm saying. And so for me it's like, if for nothing else, if this nigga don't even remember it, I'm going to be as successful as fucking possible so I can run into him again and tell him this story. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to run back into JayZ and be like, man, do you remember this fucking dinner in New York? And it was me? You don't even remember. That was me at the dinner and shit. And I want that moment where he'd be like, yo, that was you at the dinner? Like, you know what I'm saying? I want that moment. So as I keep, you know, we talked about how much I'm working right now, and I really am. I thank God that I kind of didn't have like a second wind when it comes to being creative and having a whole second run with this Jon Connor shit, which I'm really grateful for. But it's like the moments like that are what make me go fucking hard. And I think too, like just talking about this dinner, after the dinner. So this was the first time I was ever on a private jet. And so what happened was, I didn't come to New York with Dre, but I left with him. He was like, yo, you want to fly back with me and Nicole? And I'm like, bet. He was like, yeah, all right. And I was like, cool. So this is my first time seeing the damn private jet Clearport. This is my first time, you know what I'm saying, being like, damn, like this is some fly shit. Like this is some fly shit. Because, you know, I'm a fly commercial. Give me Delta in this motherfucker, I'm good. Like,
right.
Just give me the TV in front of my shit, on the back of somebody's seat, I'm good. Yeah. This nigga, like, in the private jet, I was geek. I'm like, damn, he turning music up loud as hell on the airplane and shit. But I remember when we got back to LA and we talked on the phone, and like I say, these things, and these are the things when people talk to me about my life and my career and what I've done and what I will do in the future and how I view myself and these type of things. It's like, the internet is so funny. It's like, all people know about me and Dr. Dre is what they saw. I lived it for 8 years. So it's shit that was said to me. It is information that was given to me. It is wisdom that was imparted on me. It was a lot of things that keep me going, because I know for a fact that great men have saw greatness in me. And it reaffirmed or reconfirmed, like, nah, nigga, we don't give up. Nah, you don't give up. You go through obstacles, you go through the hurdles, you keep fucking going, you come back stronger. It's like, so from the moment with JayZ, many countless moments with Dre, but we was on the phone when we got back to LA, and he said to me, he was like, yeah, so John, He was like, you know how niggas always talk about wanting to sit at the table? Like, yeah, nigga, I'm sitting at the table. I'm sitting at the motherfucking table. You know how niggas say shit like that? I was like, yeah. He was like, well, you was just sitting at the fucking table, nigga, so act like it. And that hit me. It hit me hard. And it didn't just mean, like I say, and just for the motherfuckers that's watching this, I didn't just take that as act like it because you got a record deal and you're signing Aftermath. Is, nigga, you were sitting at a table that, and I'm not on niggas' dicks or nothing like that. I'm just saying in real life, it's not every day that you meet Dr. Dre. You're not just gonna meet Dr. Dre walking down the street. You're not just gonna meet JayZ walking down the street. You're not gonna just meet Jimmy Iovine walking down the street. That particular table, I have a life experience that I think I'm probably like in the 0.0001 percentile of motherfuckers that can say, oh yeah, I had dinner with JayZ, Dr. Dre, and Jimmy Iovine. So for him to say that to me, it's like, the way I took it, it don't even have to be how he meant it, but how I took it is, nigga, no matter what happens in your life or what comes up against you, remember that your form and who you are as a person, you did that. Your work ethic got you at that fucking table. The way that you think got you at that table. The way that you follow your instincts got you at that table. Everything that you trust your instincts, Jon. Act like you was the nigga that got yourself to that fucking table. Because there wasn't a manager there with me. It wasn't no fucking your mother, your father, your auntie, uncle. Me. It was me by myself. My decisions, my instincts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me and God. So I took it when he said, so act like it. It was like, so nigga, from now on, when you do business with people, act like you was fucking sitting at the table with Dr. Dre, Jimmy Iovine, and JayZ. When you go in the fucking studio, act like you was sitting at this table right here. Act like it. Every conversation you have, the way you carry yourself, the way you move, the way you interact with people, remember where you got yourself. And take that with you everywhere you go, is the way I looked at it. And that's the way I still look at it to this day. Like, that's why I don't have a problem expressing myself. I don't have a problem. I don't think about people's opinions of me. I don't give a fuck about what people say about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's things that I've seen from my perspective with my eyes where can't nobody tell me shit about certain things. So when he said that to me, like, act like it, I understood exactly what it meant. That, nigga, you just did some shit that you got a story right now that nobody you know can tell. Nobody you're gonna meet in your daily life can tell that story and say these things that you're saying. So now, if you're exceptional like that, go be that all the time.
Was there anyone else at because I know you mentioned a few other people that was at the table, but did you get something out of like some of the other conversations with, you know, maybe some of the other people that was there outside of like Dre, Jimmy, and Jay?
I think you know, at Ashley, Dre's assistant, she was, you know, she was, you know, falling back as the assistant, letting, you know, Dre and Jay and Jimmy do their thing. And then it was Dre's ex-wife now, Nicole was there, and Jimmy's lady was there, and they was kind of falling back and, you know, just kind of letting the gentleman talk business, you know.
No, that makes sense.
Then so when the dinner was over with, you know what I'm saying, did you like get on the phone like, you won't believe who I just had dinner with?
Yeah.
Who was the first person that you called and said, man, you want not?
Maybe, I think either my mother or my sister.
Okay.
Yeah, I think either my mother, because my sister, like I say, she the whole reason why I got into hip hop. So me telling her that I was sitting at that table, yeah, she had the, oh my God, like what the fuck? She had that moment.
Right.
Love it.
You know, so if you could relive that dinner today, what would you ask that you didn't ask at the table that day?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that the me then handled that dinner exactly how I was supposed to. Because like I said, man, like if you get to talking too much or talking out of turn, it's like at that time, and I'm just keeping it real, it's like I thought to myself, what the fuck could I possibly add to this conversation that they're having? Nothing. I have nothing. There's nothing I could fucking say to contribute to this conversation at all. Like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, hey guys, I just was on the double XL freshman cut. These niggas, who gives a fuck? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, them niggas would be like, man, who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
Like, what, are you serious right now? Like, oh man, y'all, like, you know, what the fuck could I say? Like, it's like you're literally talking to three of the greatest motherfuckers to ever do this.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I've been wanting to do the majority of my life, which is be involved in hip hop and be in the music business. You're talking to Jimmy Iovine, who at one point was in control of Tupac's career, Death Row's fucking career, Black Eyed Peas, U2, fucking then produced shit for goddamn Paul McCartney, and fuck. What the fuck am I gonna say? Okay, right? That's Jimmy, right?
That's Jimmy right there.
That's just fucking Jimmy. We talking about the Beatles and goddamn like the fuck. Then we're talking about Dr. Dre. Okay. This is Eazy-E, fucking straight out of Compton. Damn it, fucking Eminem, fucking all of this.
Right.
You feel me? What the fuck? This is JayZ. What the fuck? What am I going to say?
Gotta laugh and sit there and shut the fuck up and just listen.
Sit there and shut the fuck up, little nigga. Like shut the fuck up. Whatever you think you about to say, save it, relax, chill. The fuck are you doing right now? Like, bro, JayZ, what the fuck are we talking about? His wife is fucking Beyonce. He made Blueprint, Watch the Throne, Reasonable Doubt. This nigga has said some of the coldest shit I've never heard a nigga say on a microphone. Right. What am I gonna say? So
like this nigga rhymed with big.
This nigga Brooklyn's finest. I love the dough, bro. What the fuck am I going to say?
Yeah.
I was just wondering.
Hell, buddy.
I was wondering.
The nigga said I got a vendetta, even though I've been better. Left him in the cold with a thin sweater. So all I do is rap and sex. Imagine how I stroke. See how I was flowing on my last cassette. Rapping fly like I'm Bass in the Tech. Never jam, no. Never get hot. Never run out of ammo. Niggas hated this shit. What? What am I gonna say?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I just wonder. I just had to ask it. You know what I'm saying? I just had to ask.
So here's the thing. In real time, I understand that. Right. I understand in real time. Shut the fuck up. Speak when spoken to. Get as much game as you possibly can. Do not at this fucking table make all eyes turn on you and be like, who invited this nigga? Because you sitting at a table that's so gangster, these motherfuckers will tell you get the fuck up and go stand outside or go sit in the car. Like these are the type. Because you gotta understand, I'm around Dre every day, and I know he don't mind telling a motherfucker get the fuck out. Like I've seen him tell motherfuckers in the studio, like, yeah, you gonna have to get the fuck out. I saw times in the studio where the person wasn't even doing nothing. It was just a nigga with a weird vibe sitting in the fucking corner of the studio, and the nigga Dre just stopped the song, turn around and be like, yeah, man, what the fuck is up with you? And then the person be like, I'm just chilling. Man, you got to change your energy, man, or you got to get the fuck out. I've seen this. Damn. So this is what I've seen. So think about that. I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, I know this nigga would have no problem. Like, yeah, John, you got to get the fuck out of here. Like, yo. Like, no, hell no. That ain't about to be the story I tell, dog.
Right.
Okay. Be me.
So. The elephant in the room, I know this is the question everybody wondering, right? What you eat?
Oh, shit. Let's go.
Man, nigga, ain't it, man? Like, with this
I'm about to be so like over the top, like, oh, what you eat?
and for, I mean, did you eat? And did everybody else eat or drink? Man. And what did people eat and drink?
Yes, so, everybody ate, bro. Everybody ate. And I do remember everybody eats beef. I feel like I had swordfish or some shit like that.
Nigga, come on.
And it was like swordfish.
Talk, Flint, man.
Yeah, you feel me? You know what I mean? So I feel like I had swordfish, jasmine rice, and like spinach or some shit like that.
Look, man, you lie. I didn't even know you said that the swordfish. Honestly, man, I don't even know.
Right. No, it got quiet just then. Like you niggas wasn't impressed by my fucking.
No, like at the swordfish, but I blanked out. I ain't gonna lie. Like that's hard.
But no, it was fucking
fish and shit. I was like, the fucking sword of them fish and shit. Like,
I think I've had swordfish, but I think at a Japanese restaurant, it was a little. I think it's not a typical fish, but you know, people probably have tasted it. People have tasted it. I think.
Was y'all popping bottles at the table? You know what I'm saying?
I think maybe the ladies had something to drink.
Okay.
I remember, you ain't spilling Moet.
Nah.
When they think about rappers eating, you know, like
no, this was definitely a very.
Shit.
No, it was a classy dinner though. It was a classy dinner, man. I think the ladies might have had some wine or something. I remember JayZ being very nice to the waitress as well too, man. And that just goes along with just what I was saying about just who he is as a person and what makes people want to do business with him. It's like he just was nice to everybody, like super nice. Like I remember she came over there, the waitress, and he like, yo, you not gonna offer us the cookies? Like I came here before and it was like the cookies here is crazy. Like the fact that you wasn't gonna offer me the cookies, like, did I do something to you? I'm like, did I do something to her? Like, and it was like everybody laughing and shit. And he just breaking the ice because what I understood about him in that moment is he's understanding this little girl waitress is probably nervous as shit that she's serving me, Dr. Dre, and Jimmy Iovine. Let me make her day a little bit cooler. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, damn, that's what's up.
Love it.
Do you remember what Jay or Dre or anybody else ate?
Nah, I was so focused on. I was too focused on not pissing on myself and thinking about what I was gonna eat.
Okay, I think I got the final question here possibly, because sometimes we've done final questions and it ends up being damn near a new segment. But
yeah, no doubt.
So when you think back to that night, do it feel like was it like a turning point? I would say like in your career. Did you wake up sort of like that next day, or I know you mentioned once you got back from the Clearport. Excuse me. I don't land at the airport. I call it the Clearport. When you got back to the Clearport,
shouts to Hove,
and had that conversation with Dre, like, did you actually move differently from that day forward? And how did that look?
I think that immediately, yeah. Because when things like that happen to me, I do take time to process them. Like I remember just laying in my bed, replaying it, the whole scenario, the whole couple days, and the thing is, at that time, I think experiences bring out who you're supposed to be as a person, and I don't think I couldn't have possibly lived up to what I couldn't have at that time lived up to what I thought I was supposed to be after that conversation, because there was still experiences that needed to happen to me that forced me to embrace the actions that would make me that person that Dre and JayZ saw. You know what I'm saying? It's like there were still situations and scenarios that I needed to be put in to confirm that I was the person Dre said, so act like it. So after that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so immediately after that, I just kind of was taking it in, thinking to myself, you know, what does this mean? You know, I want to live up to being the guy that was at this table. I want to live up to those things. But I think that life has to put you in certain situations sometimes so that you can ultimately, like I say, like, so you can embrace whatever actions need to be embraced for you to become that person. And I think at this point, I am that person that acts like the person that was sitting at that table.
Okay. Any final thoughts to take us home?
Man, final thoughts on just rehashing like the dinner with Dre, JayZ, and Jimmy Iovine is that I just want people to know, like, hold on to the images in your mind as far as like whatever your dreams and your wishes are, because they will come true. It's just about if you have the endurance and if you have the stamina to stick to it. You know, it's not over unless you quit. Life is going to throw you shit. Everybody that was sitting at that table went through times where they thought their career was going to be over. Literally, JayZ couldn't get a record deal. After he made Volume 1, they thought they fucked up and dropped the ball. But what did they do? He couldn't get a record deal, so he created his own record company. Volume 1 flopped, so what did they do? They made Streets is Watching off of the B-sides, and then they kept going. Okay, Dr. Dre, like, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker had to start over 3 different times. Like, this motherfucker left Ruthless Records and with nothing and had to start over at fucking Death Row. He left Death Row with nothing and had to start over. So that's like if Dre would have quit after Ruthless or if he would have quit after Death Row. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jimmy Iovine, same thing. Stories of ups and downs. So that's why whenever people interview me or talk to me, it's like I just try to tell people, we live in the internet era, so y'all watching the Jon Connor story in real time. Y'all are watching me go through ups and downs. Y'all are watching me figure it out. But one thing is for sure, I'm going to figure it out because that's what I get out of all of these stories. Like when you hold on to the image in your mind of what you want to be, it's not over. The only way that you won't get it is if you quit. Life is not designed to fuck you over to where life is designed to give you exactly what you want. It just wants to see if you want it as bad as you say you do. So what I got out of that sitting at that table is that these are 3 dudes that I respect, not just for the music that they make, but for the fucking like hurdles and obstacles that life threw at them, and through and against all odds, they still ended up being who they became. So for me, it's like that DNA is in me. And so as people watch my journey, it's like I enjoy it, like being on display. Like watch me create these miracles. Watch me create this second run. Watch me like not give up and bet on myself. Watch me embody greatness as the great ones before me saw in me to do.
Word.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
Dope.
Yeah, it is.
Listen, so I don't know. We stopped counting episodes a long time ago. A long time ago, because it's gonna be a bunch of these. So y'all just stay tuned. And so, what's our ending? I feel like we letting your cousin down. We don't have like an official ending.
Here we go. We'll do it for the late great Jerry Springer. So everybody be good and make sure you take care of yourself and each other. We out of here.
Love.